Upon signing the appointment and prior to the assessment activity, I will visit the assessment center and check if it complies with the OHS requirements. The assessment resources such as required tools and equipment, and on the day of the assessment, I shall receive the assessment package from the tester representative. Good morning, everyone. My name is John De Graciano, a competencies assessor for electrical installation and maintenance and support. I would like to acknowledge the presence of uh, Annelyn Flores, our processing manager, processing officer, Valerie Betache, our AC manager, and Jonalyn Hernandez, our representative from Testa, Zamboanga, Isabela District Office. You do not have to worry about their presence because they are here to oversee the conduct of assessment and to check if the conduct of assessment is in accordance with the prescribed competencies assessment methodology procedure. Before we start, please submit your admission slip. As I call your name, please acknowledge by raising your hand and sign the attendance sheet. Mr. Gerald, Sir Rodriguez, I have here with the accomplish application forms and self-assessment guide. This is indication that you know and can perform all the unit of competencies enumerated for DIMS. I would like to welcome all of you to our center for your assessment for DIMS. May I ask, what could be your purpose for taking this assessment? Today we're going to administer competencies assessment for EIMS. The qualification is composed of basic, common, and core competencies. We have three core competencies which are perform wrapping in activities, wiring, and coupling work for single-phase distribution power, lighting, and auxiliary system. Install electrical protective devices for distribution power, lighting, auxiliary, lighting protection, and grounding system. Install wiring devices of floor and wall mounted outlets, lighting fixture or switches, and auxiliary outlets. You will be given 6 hours to demonstrate the different tasks. When you hear the first bell, that only means you have 30 minutes. For second bell would mean for 5 minutes left, while the last bell would mean time is out. I will collect the evidence through demonstrations and the oral questioning. These assessment methods can help you to measure your underpinning knowledge and skills. For your personal needs, the laboratory is located at the ground floor of this building, and you can also take your meal at our canteen. It is located near the entrance gate. However, during the assessment, you are not allowed to leave the premises of the assessment center. If you have difficulty to understand the given instruction, or if you have concern or questions, or there's need for you to clarify matter concerning the assessment, you may raise your hand because I am more than willing to assist you. But once the assessment is started, please refrain from asking questions if it is no longer allowed. If you have physical or any form of difficulties, do not hesitate to call my attention so that it can be addressed immediately. In case you have any questions regarding the assessment result, you have the right to appeal. You can submit your appeal to the Testa District Office, where the assessment center and the assessor are accredited. For the insurance of the national certificate, you can claim it at the district office with one working day after the assessment. After the assessment, and you are found to be not yet competent. Don't worry about it because you can be reassessed anytime at your own convenience. But if you fail in two consecutive assessments, you will be advised to undergo refresher course before applying for reassessment. During the actual assessment, please observe safety as you perform the different. During the actual assessment, please observe safety as you perform the different tasks. This is to in case of accident, please call my attention immediately so that we can provide you first aid. The first aid cabinet is located at the left corner of the assessment area. With regard to the result of your assessment, we observe strict confidentially. This is to ensure your integrity. The result is only made available to authorized personnel and to the institution where you had your actual training. In relation to this, the assessment package is kept in a secure place to guarantee the integrity of the assessment package. In lieu above, may I ask all the candidates who refrain from giving away more of information that took place during assessment process. If you do not have questions and clarifications, then I'm going to distribute the specific instructions. Please read it carefully and do not hesitate to ask questions right now. You may able to translate it from English to your local dialect. I shall now assign your number. Mr. Rodriguez will be the candidate number 1. And Mr. Gerald, you will be the candidate number 10. Let us proceed at the assessment area. This is the assessment area. As you can see, we have the practical area, do not and support service as well as the quality control area. Please observe safety at all times. If there is no more question, you may start candidate number 1. You may start now. Candidate number 10, please come. What is the amount of voltage supplying service? How is your experience during an October? Dear assessor, after collecting the evidence and before I give the feedbacking, I shall gather all the evidence and make judgment based on the dimension of competences, rules of evidence, and collaborations of evidence. Candidate number 1, who are you? We are now on the last phase of assessment. Would you like to drink some water? Okay, alright. How was the assessment? If you are to rate yourself from 1 to 10, and 10 is the highest and 1 is the lowest, what would it be? Yes, I agree. My observation coincide with your actions. What I like about your demonstration is that you perform the various tasks with speed and correctly. You are like profession sower. For your oral questioning, you were able to answer the questions correctly. What do you think are your areas for improvement? Okay, and what do you need to do? Yes, make sure before cutting the fabric, you double check if the measurements are accurate. So for your overall performances, you are competent. Congratulations. You may see the AC manager after this assessment. You may claim your NC2 certificate 1 day after the assessment at Testa Zamboanga Isabela, District located at Talungon, San Roque, this city. Please represent your cars and prepare 50 pesos and 2 pieces passport size picture with the white background. Candidate number 10, how are you? We are now at the last phase of the assessment. Would you like to drink some water? Okay, alright. How was the assessment? If you rate yourself from 1 to 10, and 10 is the highest and 1 is the lowest, what would it be? Yes, I agree. My observation coincide with your actions. But what I like about your demonstrations is that you have the speed in drafting and basis in the black pattern. You were also cut the fabric properly. For your oral questioning, you were able to answer some of the correct questions correctly. What do you think are your areas for improvement? Okay. And what do you need to do? Yes, you will try to focus and practices more on attaching the parts of the electrical wire. So for your overall performances, you are not yet competent. But don't worry about it. You can still be reassessed anytime at your convenience. But failing in two consecutive assessments would mean that you need to undergo a refresher course. Just see the AC manager later for your reapplication of your assessment. Dear assessor, I will have to accomplish all the needed reports and turn over the assessment package to the AC manager. That's for the recording and reporting of the assessment as well.